y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Leah and this is my channel where I talk about all things health, fitness, and lifestyle related. If any of that sounds like it might be interesting to you, please click that subscribe button below. Also, give this video a like if you like it. If you want to wait till the end of the video to see what I'm all about, that's okay too. But let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. I did want to do a little quick disclaimer here in the beginning. This vlog was filmed on February 15th. It is now February 18th. February 15th Leah is a very different Leah than February 18th Leah. It has been a long ass week. A lot has happened here in Texas, okay? This week started off with a really fun snow day. We were very excited to see the snow. We don't get snow very often here in Texas. However, it quickly declined as we lost electricity. Then we lost our water. Our water was out for 3 days. The electricity was in and out for 4 days. We finally got electricity and water back this morning. It is now Thursday. Hoping that it stays on. We're also getting more snow today, so who knows? But I in no way want this video to come off as insensitive to the hardships that Texans are facing during this time, and I still wanted to share it. I think a lot of Texans could probably relate that we enjoyed it when it first started, and now it has quickly changed into something completely different. Now that all of that has been said, let's go ahead and really jump into today's video. After checking out the snow and making myself a hot cup of tea, and before I made breakfast, I made my bed. I like to make my bed every morning. I swear that's true. I'm not just one of those people that say that. I feel like it gives a really good start to my morning. So I make my bed every morning and then like clean up around the house a little bit and make myself breakfast afterwards. I try to usually start my day off with a nice big glass of ice water. I got this tumbler from Starbucks and it really helps me to drink water throughout the day. I find that I drink a lot more water if I drink it through a straw. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I have the same thing for breakfast almost every single morning. I have a few meals that I like to kind of rotate through, but this is really the easiest one for me to make sure that I'm getting in enough carbs, fiber, and protein to start my day. I have 1/4 cup oatmeal, and then it's 2 parts water to every 1 part oatmeal for the perfect consistency, in my opinion. And then I pop my quick oats into the microwave for 1 minute. And while that's cooking, I get my chicken patties prepped. I like these because they give the same consistency as sausage, but they're not pork and they're chicken. Once my oatmeal is done, I swap it out for my chicken patties, and then I'll start putting my toppings on my oatmeal. Here I'm putting sugar in the raw and a little bit of mini chocolate chips. I like to use sugar in the raw because it gives it a little bit of a sweetness taste, but it's only 15 calories. I had fully intended here to do a close-up and show y'all how I made my oatmeal and put everything on top, and I didn't press record, of course. So here's my oatmeal. I add strawberries on top with a little bit of local honey drizzled over top. And then yes, I also like to add a little bit of honey to my sausage. So after I finished my breakfast, I went into my office to get some work done, and in hindsight, holy crap, am I glad that I did that, because if I wouldn't have gotten this stuff done on Monday before the power went out, I wouldn't have gotten it done at all this week. So I worked for a couple of hours. I'm gonna fast forward it because it's not that interesting. I checked a few emails, I sent out some graphics for our nonprofit, and then I also worked on a logo for my hairstylist. She was starting a new business, and so she hired me to help her with her brand new logo, which I love designing logos, so if anybody needs some help with that, just hit me up. As soon as I was done finishing up the work on those graphics, then I decided to get on Facebook and Instagram to post about the video that I had going up that day on Monday. If anybody is curious, I post on Mondays and Fridays, as long as nothing crazy comes up like a snowpocalypse. But seriously, I'm trying to be more consistent for you guys and get 2 videos up a week. So keep checking back. If you want to be notified, all you have to do is hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then YouTube will alert you when I have new videos. Luckily, I'm a freelancer, so for the most part, I make my own hours. I decide when and how long I'm going to work. This can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing, because sometimes I will just work and work and work for hours, and my husband will come in and be like, dude, are you going to take a break? But in this case, I was like, okay, I have worked long enough. After working for a few hours, I decided that I had earned a well-deserved break and that it was time to go play in the snow with my puppies. After working up an appetite playing in the snow, I decided to heat up some of the TikTok pasta I had made over the weekend. If you haven't already seen that video, I will link it in the top right corner right now. As usual, I like to add my own little twist to it, so I then decided that I was gonna add some olives to it with some Parmesan cheese, and it really just took it to the next level. This meal prep really came in handy this week since I wasn't able to go out and get groceries, and here is Topo Chico lime that I like to have with a lot of my meals. I honestly didn't do much between lunch and dinner. I did take a shower, I kind of laid around and bullshitted with my husband and watched some Lord of the Rings, but then it was already time to make dinner. And as I said before, I didn't really get to go grocery shopping, so I literally threw this dinner together with stuff I had laying around in the fridge and the pantry. The ingredients that I had laying around were some chorizo from a meal prep place here in San Antonio, some baby spinach left over from the feta TikTok pasta that I made, and some green chili pepper infused olive oil, garlic, and tomato sauce, as well as the sun-dried tomatoes that I also used for the feta pasta. And then I had just a block of white cheddar cheese, and I shredded that on top at the end. I added most of my ingredients into a pan to saute together, and then I also found some corn in the freezer, so I decided to make a little side of elote. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm saying that wrong. So even though this meal was kind of thrown together out of necessity, this is something I actually really enjoy doing often, which is kind of just throwing things together and seeing how they turn out. And I also just kind of added in any spices that I thought might sound good. I do this a lot. As I said before, like I'll just take random things out of the cabinet and be like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I'm sorry I don't have an exact recipe for y'all for this one, but you can kind of watch my video and get the gist, hopefully. Gotta make sure it's done. So I didn't have a lot of what I needed to make the elote, so I kind of improvised, like I have this entire recipe. Instead of lime juice, I used a little bit of jalapeno juice, mixed it in with some mayonnaise. I rolled my corn around in the bowl, and then I coated it with chili powder. And then I topped it off with the remaining Parmesan cheese that I had in my fridge. And here is the finished product. I'm calling this Texas spaghetti. Just when you thought I was done cooking, I'm actually not. I get very inspired to bake when it's cold outside, so I decided to make some chocolate chip cookies. And I'm going to share with y'all my cookie baking secret, which is any of the recipe that calls for butter. I don't use butter at all. I only use shortening. I also use regular sugar and brown sugar. I will share the full recipe down in the description with y'all because this is something I absolutely do have a recipe for. Yes, I dropped the eggshell in the bowl, but it's okay. It all turned out okay. So after you add all of your wet ingredients together, you want to add in your dry ingredients, but you only want to add just a tiny bit at a time. If you add too much, it creates a giant mess and the flour will just get everywhere. Now that we're done mixing up all of our ingredients, it's time for the best part, adding in the chocolate chips. You can add dark chocolate chips, regular chocolate chips, or I even like to add in the M&Ms, the seasonal ones, for different holidays. Here, I scoop my dough out with a spoon and then just evenly place them on the mat. It is very important that you do not push down the top of the cookie. This will make your cookies come out nice and fluffy and round. I absolutely cannot recommend this Wilton baking mat enough. It makes cleaning up so easy and it makes me want to bake all the time. Thank you so much to my mom who got it for me for Christmas because I am so in love with it. And here is the finished product. As I said before, I will put the recipe down in the description for anybody who is interested.
One eternity later.